Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. Hope you're all doing well and having a lovely day today. Let me just go ahead and turn down the music a little bit. Okay, I turned it down a little bit. Let me know if it's still too loud. It probably is. And if it is, please speak up and let me know. But welcome in everyone. I hope you're all doing amazing today. I'm the villager hunting for Raddle for my Poison Core Island. I will say though, I didn't want anybody to be confused. I used a selfie for the thumbnail, but I don't have my actual camera on. And the reason that I chose to do that is because I'm kind of having a low spoons day, but I also made several different versions of the thumbnail for today's stream, and for some reason, just the ones that I used without a selfie, I really didn't like the look of them. Like, I just couldn't get them to really look right. I didn't like it very much, and I enjoyed the ones with my actual selfie on it so much more. I like them so much better. So I did that anyways. I hope that's okay. Welcome in everyone. Let me say hello to you all before I actually get started. I know Shiver's at the top, so hello Shiver, hello Emily, hello Stella, hello Megs, welcome in, hello Gil, hello Jacob, welcome in. Hope everybody's doing good. And let me know how the music is. Like the stream as you come in. Absolutely, thank you so much. I missed you guys over the weekend. I missed you too, Megs. I know you were busy the other day, like by a lot. I was cold before the stream, so I put on a hoodie, and now I'm way too hot. Oh, if anybody was wondering who moved out, by the way, it was Bon Bon. I'm worried the music is still too loud, though. I turned it down whenever I started talking. I'm gonna turn it just like a teensy bit more. Like a teensy bit. Okay, there we go. Let me know how it is. And thank you for the frog vibes. I appreciate it. We're gonna need all the frog vibes today. I would like to see Raddle, ideally. But if for some reason I don't and I see somebody else on the list, I'll take them. I just would prefer to see Raddle. Just because I want his house to get relocated on the map to that designated area that I chose for him. That would be ideal. Music is good. All right, cool. Thanks for letting me know. I think that's Phoebe. I only saw the builder for like a second. I literally just started, but I think I'm already gonna have to like mute the mic just really quickly because I want to take off this hoodie. I put it on before the stream, so it was cold. And now it's too hot. I don't know what my deal is. Yeah, we need all the frog vibes today, especially because there's more than one frog for this island. I got home this morning and then I cleaned all day, so I'm sitting down and it feels so good to just chill. Well, I'm glad you at least had a productive day because that's always nice. Even if you don't necessarily want to be productive, it always feels really good afterwards when you've been productive. And yeah, he's the masked frog. I'll be very fast, I promise, but now I'm way too hot in this hoodie, so let me just mute while I take it off. I'm sorry. Okay, now I'm back, sorry. Just wanted to take that off. It's because now I can spend time tomorrow. Wait, spend time or spend tomorrow? I don't know what the TM means. I was wondering, I was looking at the little label that I have at the top of the stream where it says recent subscriber, and I think somebody's username is literally just like a space, like when you press the space bar. I think that's someone's username, because if I look at Streamlabs at my notifications, it says blank has subscribed. But it doesn't actually say a name, so I think somebody just used the space bar for their username. I'm sorry, I've been joining it. Stella, you do not need to apologize for that, literally ever. I promise you don't have to apologize, it's okay. So if you need to get up to get my water. Oh, we meant to say tomorrow. Okay, gotcha. I'm gonna be lurky so I can do some classwork. No worries, hope you enjoy your lurk. Oh, guess what? So tomorrow, I think we chose to go a little bit before the stream. But we're gonna go see the Mario movie tomorrow, finally. I still haven't seen it. And I don't know if I actually will or not. I'm kind of thinking about it still. But sometime after the stream again, I don't know if I will or not, but I might try again at adjusting the thumbnail, because I did prefer the ones where I used my picture even though I don't have my camera on today. So I might try and remake it again where it's like just like Raddle maybe and like some text or something. Because I tried to do that before and I really just was not happy with it. So I might try it again like sometime later tonight. I'm not really sure. I hope you like the movie. I'm sure I will. I've heard it's got lots of great reviews. It did really, really well in the box office, I think. And like it's continuing to do really well. But I feel like you gotta expect that kind of thing, you know, because Nintendo is a huge, widely well-known company. Nice, I watched it. A lot of people say because I'm a Mario fan. I thought it was really good. I hope you have fun. And thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm sure I will like it. I have heard that Peaches song that Jack Black sings. Like, it's everywhere. Everywhere I go online, I seemingly just find it. To be fair, though, it's really catchy. I don't know any of the context. I just know that he sings it because I hear it everywhere. It sounds like it's some sort of love song to Princess Peach. Could you imagine having an Animal Crossing movie? They technically did, but I think it's only available in... Let me think. I don't know where exactly, but like I think it's a bit harder to access. Personally, I would definitely be excited about it, but part of me would be really worried that they wouldn't do it justice, you know? Like, if they made another one, like, I would be really worried that they wouldn't do it justice. Also, what would they make as the plot? I feel like if they did that, they would do it with New Horizons, because when you break down what the original plot was supposed to be for New Horizons, I feel like the concept of going to an abandoned island and having to build it up from scratch is actually really cool, and I feel like that could potentially be a good movie plot. I want them to make more Nintendo game movies and then make Super Smash Bros. The movie. All kinds of Nintendo movies I feel like would be really fun. No plot, just vibes, right? I was at one point only in Japan with the Japanese sub, but fans did get an English dub for the movie. Do you have any idea where it could be accessed? I would love to watch that. Make Tom Nook the villain. They probably would find a way to make him a villain, which, although I joke about it a lot, like, oh, like, I don't like Tom Nook, he's blah, blah, blah. When you really think about it, he's not as bad as people make him out to be. I just kind of go along with that sort of thing as a meme. Because I feel like a lot of people do it, and it's funny. But really, truly, he's not as bad as people make him out to be. I'm definitely gonna see my Island for a Dream. Just speaking of that, I was supposed to end up doing that, I think, sometime like last week, and then I didn't. So for sure, I would love to do Dream Address visits this week. I just don't know what day I want to do it on. Thank you so much, Kyrisi. That was very sweet of you. Thank you so much. And welcome in, by the way. How are you? And by the way, congratulations on the membership. Thank you again. That was really sweet of you. I appreciate that a lot. It should be on YouTube. But do you think I have to have like some kind of... Actually, let me rephrase that. Do you think I have to pay to watch it? Or do you think there's just going to be like a bunch of ads? Because I feel like if I don't have to buy it, I'd be willing to deal with ads. I was looking at the chat, not the screen, so I just like kind of stood there for a second. I think it's free to watch. Well, if it's free to watch, but it just has a bunch of ads, then I feel like I'd be very willing to deal with that. You know, because the people that create those kinds of things, you've got to be able to get some kind of compensation from it, you know? Not the Karen hamster. That's what I think of whenever I see her. That, and this is going to be really, really specific, but she also kind of reminds me of the mom from Good Luck Charlie. I don't know if anybody here watched Good Luck Charlie when you were younger, but she reminds me of that character. I miss Villager Hunt streams. I feel like I did it a little bit the other day for the big stream, but like when I say Villager Hunt streams, I mean streams where it's just dedicated to only doing that the whole time. I haven't done one of these in a while. Hello, Amy, welcome in. Hi, and bye, Kai does everything. I appreciate you popping in. How do you guys feel about this villager, by the way? I think is her name Violet? I don't remember. Hold on. I'm not going to take her. Don't worry. I just wanted to see what her name was. Okay, yeah, it's Violet. That's what I thought. How do you guys feel about her? I don't really like the gorillas much in general, but I feel like Violet's not that bad, honestly. I feel like she's like almost like kind of cute. Like low-key. I watched the Animal Crossing movie and it was weird. I was about to ask what it was about, but then that would have spoiled it. And like there might be people here that want to see it and I don't want to spoil it for them. She'd be better if she wasn't a gorilla. I mean, I feel like of all the gorillas, she's like one of like the least awful ones, you know? A lot of them are a little bit questionable. Oh yeah, I did make that command a while ago where I put the list of pronouns for all of my mods. Is the music still good, by the way? I just want to make sure. I get really worried about it. No, there was this one stream a while back. I think I was playing Disney Valley that day. And a lot of the time when I do those, I just do lo-fi music because I have trust issues with the game sounds because they get me copyright claimed. But I think they were supposed to fix that at some point, but I feel like it didn't actually get fixed. So anyways, I use lo-fi music whenever I stream that game. And there was this one time where I thought it was good and it was playing the whole time and it wasn't, and all you heard the whole time was just me talking instead of the music, and I was so embarrassed, and I just like feel the need to just ask constantly. I have 2 readings to do in the next hour, kill me? Oh, like you have to like read like a certain book for an assignment, or what do you mean? Speaking of that, I have a bit of a story time. This stressed me out a lot earlier. Okay, so you know, as you do, I went to go make a credit card payment for my credit card bill. And I look at it and I'm looking through all the charges. Most of them I recognized. There was one that I did not. I didn't do that. Nobody I knew had done that. I had no idea where it came from, so I've had to dispute that and get a new credit card. So that's fun. Somebody's using my information. That's really stressful. Not fun at all. But I gotta go have a fun stream. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I have to read some articles and do reflections on them. I feel like those are some of my favorite assignments to do in elementary school. I did get it disputed though, and the bank that I work with is looking into it. When I renewed my account, I got the cheap version instead of the extended version, and now I can't access Happy Home. Wait, why can't you? What do you mean? If you're gonna get my water bottle, no worries, take your time. Speaking of that, you guys remember my really big water bottle, like the really big white one that I can put stickers all over? And there's still a good amount of space on that. I want to put more. But I lost some of my sticker packs and I had to go digging through my closet earlier to find them. I found them, don't worry, but I don't know which ones I want to use. I still have some Animal Crossing ones. I have like some witchy type stickers, like that's the kind of aesthetic that I really like. And then I have stickers for a TV show that I like. And right now in the big water bottle, I only have the witchy type stickers and then the TV show stickers. So I don't know. I might put some Animal Crossing ones on there. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. The first time I'm doing this in ACNH is where I do my dailies. I give all my village peasants until they give me a reaction or their photos, as I'm going to the roost for getting the prizes and stretching to get the prizes in the mail. Aren't a lot of the prizes they give you in the mail like exercise themed in some ways? I feel like they are. I'm actually gonna head over to Starbucks. Me. No. Well, I haven't gone to Starbucks in a very long time. Snake, hello. Did Shiver send you? What I was saying was like I would avoid doing an assignment by going somewhere else. That's what I was saying was me, not the Starbucks part, because I don't really go anymore. But hello, did Shiver send you? I didn't get premium. Wait, so if you had to like change the type that you had, how would that grade of Happy Home Paradise though? Like I don't get it. Yes, and you can even get the exercising reactions. Literally, I can never look at that villager without thinking of you. Like, regardless of whether you're at the stream or not, or whatever I'm doing where I encounter that villager somehow, I can never look at him without thinking about you. Oh, and you guys, another thing Animal Crossing related, I was looking at Etsy earlier, and I found this small business that sells Animal Crossing flavored. Actually, I don't know if I should call these plushies or pillows. They're kind of both. But they have some that are heads of different villagers. That sounds really morbid without context. Like one is like Leaf's head, another one is like Teddy's head, Lolly, Bob, etc. And I looked through a bunch of them. They have even some that were slightly less popular villagers. So that gave me hope that maybe there'd be a Portia one. There wasn't, unfortunately. I was so excited because when I started to see that they had a little bit like less of popular villagers, I thought maybe Portia had a chance. She doesn't, unfortunately. I think I'm gonna start another farm on Stardew and romance Leah. If you were to really try at it and like play every day and speedrun it, how long realistically do you think it would take for you to romance Leah? I don't know, I'm sad about it, but it's fine. You should look into that, see if maybe you can fix it somehow. I have no idea. I will try that and let you know. We don't have to speedrun unless you just want to. Like, I would hate for you to feel like you have to rush the file, you know? Where is the villager? Sometimes they really just hide from you. I don't want Eugene, but thank you for saying hello. Hello, Gabriella. Welcome to the stream. Megs, I tried that a while back, but with Harvey, and I think we just had internet problems that day, because I remember it cut off somewhere around the hour mark and I had to go, which was really frustrating, because I feel like I was on a roll that day. I haven't talked much about my new leaf file, but I got a new villager. Wait, are you saying that wait, what? You said villager in Yucca, but isn't Yucca one of the villager names? Unless it was a typo. And thank you for liking the stream, Gabriella. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you so much. That was my knuckles. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not. Hello, Elizabeth. Welcome in. Apple, bestie, we love her. We really do. We stan Apple. Is Sybil the same as Yuka? Isn't she a koala? Because I feel like she is. Yes, she is. I thought so. Which one is she, though? I think Melba's like a peachish kind of color. Alice is brown and white. And then I think Sydney is a purple koala, I think. But I don't remember what color Yuka is. Unless I'm mixing up two of the builders, then never mind. At school today, I had to take a test at the last 5 minutes of class, and because my grades are already declining due to my health right now, I tried to finish, but when I couldn't, I broke down. I'm sorry, Stella. I'm so sorry. Hope things start getting better for you soon. There we go. I know virtual hug won't necessarily fix it, but I hope that it maybe at least like cheers you up a little bit. Oh, she's a blue koala. Okay. So I didn't think she was any one of like the warm toned ones like Alice or Canberra, for instance. I don't think it'll realistically happen just because I feel like finding specific frog builders can be kind of hard. But my plan right now is, let's say I do find one of the builders on my list before Raddle and I don't see him, or if I find him first, but there's still like extra time in the stream, I think I'll just go ahead and try to kick somebody else out and then continue the hunt. So I did grab a good amount of Nook Miles tickets earlier. So if I did that, I would have plenty to work with. Out of stream before I was here, and everyone hated me there. Why? I mean, I'm sure that's not the case. I'm sorry to hear about that. Well, you're welcome to be here if you would like to be. Also, if you want to lurk, that's okay too. I can need to think about it mentally a little bit, and I think I will go ahead and adjust the thumbnail a bit after the stream, or at least try to. So I'm sure it's not that big of a deal, and like a lot of you probably don't mind like the picture being on there, but then not actually having the camera on. But I think I will go ahead and try it, because I feel like it'll make more sense to not do that. I mean, because I tried it earlier, and I really just didn't like it. I don't know, just, I really wasn't happy with the quality. Hi, I just joined, will probably be lurking. No worries, welcome to the stream, Cozy Lily. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you enjoy your lurk. I don't know if there's no good reason. I'm sorry to hear that, Elizabeth. You're always more than welcome to be here if you'd like to be. Hello, Catherine, welcome in, and thank you for the bonk. I appreciate it. Welcome in, hope you're doing good. Every time I see this villager, I always think of My Chemical Romance. Like, I just feel like he would be a really big My Chemical Romance fan. I really do. Does that make sense? I feel like Flick would also be a fan of My Chemical Romance. I was thinking about something, and I can't tell if this is even going to make sense, but I'm going to try and ask anyways, because I wanted to know what you guys thought. I was thinking, so if different temperatures of water, like drinking water, were to have shapes, hear me out, but I feel like cold water would be like very sharp, it'd be very pointy, like a triangle, and then I feel like warm water would be round. Either round or square, but more like round. That probably makes no sense, but if anybody else feels like they get it, what do you think, and do you agree? Pointy like ice. I don't know, just I feel like cold water would be something sharp. So like maybe like a triangle, and like maybe like the top pointy part or like the little edges. I don't know, that makes perfect sense in my head. The same way that I feel like Thursday has the same energy as the color purple and the number 8. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of villagers today that I normally would never see on a villager hunt. Like, I've seen a lot of hamsters. I saw a duck villager just now that I normally never see. I've seen a lot of gorillas today. Who knows, maybe we will see Raddle. Welcome back, Saturn. I just was asking the chat if they agree with me on something I was saying. Do we think that cold water, if it was a shape of some sort, I feel like it'd be a triangle, like a very, very pointy, sharp triangle. And then warm water, it would either be circular or it would be like a square. Yeah, I got stuck inside of my room on Saturday, so I had to climb out the window? Well, I hope that you're okay, Stella. Hope that you got to do that safely. Cold as circle, warm as an arrow, I don't know. I also had just said that I feel like Thursday has the same energy as the color purple and the number 8, and also grape soda. Warm water gives me arrow vibes. Warm water gives me like circular or square vibes. I spent most of my Sunday in airports. So did Ben actually, because he went on a trip for a little bit and then came back home on Sunday. Speaking of that though, how was everybody's weekend? I hope you guys were doing good. I was really, really busy on Saturday because I had more shifts than I would normally work in a single day. So I was doing that, and then Friday was the really big stream. There would have been more streams last week, but unfortunately a lot of that didn't work out because there was a lot of, unexpected chaos, but it's okay. We're doing better now. Cold water, I think a square probably, because of ice cubes, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes more sense than what I said. Just in my head, I feel like cold water is sharp. Now, instead of cold water or warm water, what shape do we think that hot water would be? Like, not warm water, but like really, really hot water, like where it's like almost like painful to touch because it's so hot. Hot water is squiggly. That I do feel like makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about those Saturn. That's no fun. Mine was, in a way, like chaotic on Saturday, but that was also because customers were very chaotic. Yeah, I'm totally fine. The doorknob apparently broke inside that little hole in the wall where it locks in place. I'm sorry. Well, I'm glad that you're okay, though. Here, Liz, for making 8 hours for a stream. Thank you so much, Catherine. I appreciate that a lot. I didn't know, honestly, if I was gonna make it. I ended up being totally fine. I just was tired afterwards and like needed to rest. But I made it go through it just fine. We have a new fridge freezer that makes ice cubes. We have, actually no. Yeah, our old fridge was like that and then it stopped working, so we just used that to put extra like leftover food in. And then that fridge went out. And thankfully our front fridge still makes ice, but honestly, because we've had it for a while, I anticipate it stopping at some point. What is with all the ducks, hamsters, and gorillas today? My sister's been nice lately, and she even wanted me to have her villager removal, but I sadly can't take it because she doesn't fit on my theme. Well, at least she offered, you know, that's nice. Cloud like steam, I just think logical. In terms of colors, what color do we think cold water is, and what color do we think that hot water is? I had a 4-day weekend basically because I was away on a trip Thursday through Sunday. That's kind of similar to what Ben was doing, but just not for as long. Well, actually, no. Wait. Actually, yeah, that is what he did. I guess I just can't do math. Because he left Thursday too. I feel like cold water would be like a super light blue, like super light. Not pastel, but like just light as in like the shade of it. I don't know how to pronounce it that well, to be honest, but actually, I feel like cold water would be more like that color. I typed it in the chat. And then I think hot water would definitely just be like bright red. I still want her, so I might take her. I mean, you can go ahead and take her, and then if you don't want her anymore, you can go ahead and just kick her out. Cold, sky blue, and hot, flamey hot red. And then I feel like warm water that's just kind of like in the middle. I feel like it'd be orange. Orange or yellow. Went to my dad's house, which was nice to get off campus, but it was also sucked that I didn't do anything and I was anxious the whole time. I'm sorry. Bouts of anxiety like that are no fun. Yeah, today's like weird villager hunt wise. I just feel like I'm seeing a bunch of villagers that I normally would never see. On a bit of a different note, since I brought up the fact that we're seeing the Mario movie finally tomorrow, what snacks do you guys like to have at the movie theater? Like, not even talking about how much it costs, just what snacks or drinks do you guys like to get there? We typically don't get a whole lot. If anything, we just get an icy. But they added a new icy flavor. They added watermelon ones here. I don't know if everybody else has that, but we normally get, I think, like the blue one, but we got the watermelon one last time, which was really good. And if we do happen to get a snack for some reason, it's probably just gonna be popcorn. I did my Spanish presentation today though, so that was fun. How did it go? I hope it went well. I wanted to buy merch from people I love to watch, but when I went to their online store, it already sold out in the first few minutes. Oh, is it like a limited edition type thing? It might have been that. I might be remembering wrong, but I think, so Fourth Wall is the company that I use. And I think there's an option you can do where there's only like a limited amount that can be sold. So it could have been that kind of thing and then it just sold out really fast. Just cookie dough bites and popcorn. I feel like I know what you're talking about, but I'm having a hard time remembering the name of it. They don't sell them anymore at our local theaters, but they used to have this type of like ice cream thing. I think they were called dibs. Not dabs, but like dibs. And they were like these teeny tiny little ice cream bite things. And the outside was like a hardened chocolate shell. And the inside was like little bits of ice cream. And I used to love those when I was a kid. I would get that or like popcorn when I was younger, but they stopped selling those. And I'm sad about it because they were good. Sometimes pretzel bites and cheese. I don't remember if we have any kind of soft pretzel or pretzel bites type stuff. I can't seem to speak because I just mixed up my words so bad. You have them too? They haven't sold those here in years. They might just be like straight up discontinued or something. So I feel like I haven't seen them anywhere now that I think about it. Like I never really see those in stores. It went good. I don't think he's graded my presentation yet, but let me check. Coming from someone whose sibling was a teacher at one point for a good long while, and I believe is getting back into it, I have to ask her about it. Usually there's a lot of stuff to grade at once, given my sister was a teacher for a very different grade, but still, I'm sure the same thing applies. Like there's a lot for teachers to essentially just grade in one sitting. It's a lot. You don't have any what, Elizabeth? My grades app is updating. Oh wait, updating is in they're putting in new grades for you? Or the software itself is updating? Because you look like you're sad about that based on the emoji and I can't tell what the issue is specifically. I may be lurking today because I'm tired. That's a mood. Maybe we're just having collectively a low spoons day. Let me know in the chat if you feel like you're having a low spoons day, because I feel like I am. And if you don't know what that means, it's essentially just like a way of saying that maybe you're having a lower energy day today. Another way to put that, so let's say that spoons directly represent how, like what levels of energy that you have. Like it's like, oh, I have like a lot of spoons today. That means that you have like a lot of energy, or like you have enough energy to go about your day and do everything you want to do, anything that you need to do. And if you're saying, oh, I don't have that many spoons, that means that you don't have that much energy to do a whole lot of things. Okay, we're getting some, actually, no, who's this? That's not Henry, but who is that? 'Cause it's a frog. And I can't see who it is because their back is facing me. Oh, the software itself. Okay, gotcha. You're having one too, Megs? I'm sorry. I was having a really great day, but now I'm definitely low spoons, like 3 out of 10 spoons. I feel like right now, I'm having like a 4 out of 10 spoons day. Not necessarily that being sad, like, I'm fine, but like physically is where I'm lower on spoons. If that even makes sense at all. I went through my wish list on Steam today of all the games that I want, and I went through and I deleted most of them. Not because like, oh, like I suddenly don't want these anymore. I'm just trying to prioritize which games that I truly want the most, that I would be genuinely willing to spend money on whenever I would have the money for it. And it made me kind of sad to delete a bunch of them. I just know that realistically, I'm not going to buy every single one of them. So I had to narrow it down to like 3 games. Right now I think it's Unpacking, Cult of the Lamb, and then Witchbrook, but that's a game that nobody knows when it's going to be out. Like it's still like heavily in development. People going to an island, no worries, take your time. But what happened Saturn? Did you get a good grade on it? She's gonna go great, I hope so. Oh, okay, congratulations, I'm happy for you. I hope that made you feel better and like, you know, cheered up your day. I have so many shows I need to catch up on. I kind of want to get back into watching Once Upon a Time, but I'm not sure if I will. See, now we're even seeing Lolly. Lolly would normally be a really hard villager to find. Like, what is going on today? What is going on today with this villager hunt? We've seen so many characters that we would normally never see, or that we would see, like, not very often at all. And now Lolly's here too? Like, what is going on in this villager hunt? I'm not saying that that's a bad thing whatsoever. I normally wouldn't see Lolly because I feel like she's a harder villager to find. I'm not gonna lose my scholarship. I really am happy for you, Saturn. I really am. And so we're watching Once Upon a Time right now. I kind of want to get back into it, but I'm not. I heard that at some point a lot of the actors left, and then like the plot got either kind of weird or kind of bad. I'm not sure which one it is. Yeah, the look is strange today. Not bad whatsoever, just like odd. Like I've seen more ducks than I normally would. I've seen a frog villager that I normally wouldn't. I've seen lots of gorillas. Like I don't know. It's just been weird. Lily, I came across her the other day too. Oh, you mean Lolly? I watched the whole thing, and the last season is the only one that I don't recommend. So if I were to get back into it, should I just ignore the last season? The first 6 seasons are great. I feel like I would have to just rewatch it from the beginning because it's been so long for me. But I feel like I remember watching it like only like the first 2 seasons. Just how much it was terrible. Was it like the plot that was bad, or the fact that a bunch of actors had left that was bad? See, I just saw, I literally just saw Lolly, and now I'm seeing Tangy. They are both villagers that are normally really hard to find. What is going on? What is going on with this villager hunt? And like part of me, like knowing that they're really hard villagers to find feels really bad leaving them there. But I just don't need them for this island. Oh, both, okay. I agree, I stopped watching when the plot went downhill and then the main characters left. I feel like the thing though to remember is that sometimes actors have like multiple jobs that they're working on at once, and sometimes that requires them to leave a certain job if they're able to. I word it like that because I think there's probably sometimes issues contract-wise or like they can't, but sometimes they just like have to, you know? There's also another factor to consider, that maybe the environment that they're working in for a certain TV show isn't that great. So I'm sure for whatever reason they left, it was probably for a good reason. Ben. Are we getting the frogs?
Yeah.
How are they?
Probably jumped out.
They're always doing that. That's why whenever you were gone and I would try to feed them, I was just so scared. Are you looking good? And they try to jump out? Let me guess, was it Jill?
No, it
was
Jack this time.
Normally I feel like it's Jill. Meg says hi.
Hi everyone.
He says hi everyone, but...
I'll see y'all later.
Are you going to the store or where are you going?
No,
Oh, okay, well bye. He said hello to everyone, then he had to go because he's a little busy at the moment. See, Lolly again! What is going on? There's something up with this villager hunt, I'm telling you guys. Like, what is going on? And this is not a complaint whatsoever, and I want to make sure that that's very clear, because Lolly is a great builder, and so is Tangy. But, like, what is going on here? What's happening? I don't need those villagers. Like, I feel really bad to know that they're really good, they're really popular, generally hard to find, but like, what is going on with the luck with this villager hunt? And hello, Callie, welcome in. Literally, the fact that I've seen her twice, like, I feel really guilty leaving her there. I just don't need her. Watch me, whatever thing I end up doing after this island, watch me end up needing her for that island, and then it's like impossible to find her because I left her so many times on this one. I'm gonna call that now. Watch that end up happening. I'm kind of curious what you guys think about it. So I feel like whether you're lurking or chatting, pretty much all of us here have probably played Animal Crossing, right? Let's say hypothetically right now they were to announce that they were working on another Animal Crossing game, just hypothetically. Don't want anybody to take that literally. What do you guys think the title of that game would be? Because like, think back to the other games. So for example, we had Animal Crossing City Folk, Animal Crossing Wild World, Animal Crossing New Leaf, then we have Animal Crossing New Horizons. There's always Animal Crossing and then a few other words to add on to the title. What do we think the next title would be? I don't remember which one of you this was, so I want to make sure that I don't take credit for this, but it was one of you guys that said this, and a few streams ago. One of you said that you think it could be called Animal Crossing New World, and honestly, I feel like that's a very pretty name. Like, I could totally see that being an Animal Crossing title. I really could. Animal Crossing in space, right? Where instead of, you don't have an island, you don't have a town, you just create a galaxy. And then if you want to go to your friend's galaxy, you just go on a spaceship to their little planet. So I think that'd be kind of cool. Oh my gosh, okay, look in the chat. Shiver and Carisi were on the same wavelength for a moment there. Like, they said basically the same thing. Shiver said Animal Crossing New Frontiers. Carisi said Animal Crossing Next Frontier. That's pretty much the same thing. Same wavelength, both of you. And then Callie said New Paradise, New City. I definitely see what you mean though, and I agree with you, Shiver. Like, they have had a pattern lately of putting the word new in there. So considering they've done that multiple times now, they probably, there's at least a good sized chance they would do that again. So it's definitely gonna be like Animal Crossing New something, whatever that something is. And do you guys think that for the next one again, and speaking in a hypothetical sense, I feel like I keep having to say that because I don't want people to get like hear that and get hyped saying that I heard somehow there was a new one. Like, I don't want to accidentally spark rumors is what I'm saying. But again, speaking hypothetically, do we think that the next one would be, if it was just one type of land, do we think it'd be towns or islands again? Because the New Horizon was specifically made to be more of a tropical one, which is why we had the abandoned island to start out with. But I feel like if they did that again, it might seem to copy and paste. But then again, with the older Animal Crossing games, they did that a lot where it was just towns. So I don't know if I feel like it would be towns or islands. Speaking of that, that gives me a really good poll idea. Give me a second to type that. You think it'd be towns? I feel like it would be too. I just feel like a lot of people would probably complain if they did islands again, because even though it was a really cool idea, I feel like it would just seem too copy and paste, if that makes sense. Give me a second.
While you were away from your island, I found some buried treasure and a deed to a mansion.
Junior.
So I will be living there now.
No you won't.
THX
Excuse
for
me.
the treasure map, Megs. I'll give you your cut later.
Excuse me? Wart Junior? Are we gonna have a little chit chat? Also, by the way, thank you for the donation. I'm having, I don't know who sent that. I'm guessing that might have been Mountain Dew or Saturn. I'm having a low spoons day energy-wise, which is why my camera is not on. So I was typing a poll, that's why they got like kind of awkwardly silent. So I made the poll question say, which do you prefer having Animal Crossing games? You can say towns, islands, or for those of you that didn't play past games where you didn't have a town, or that you didn't get the chance to play, you know what I mean? I'm wording it weird. I put that option for those of you that hadn't played the past games. Because in all the past ones, we had towns. New Horizons is the only one where we had an island. Remember when Lexi said no farting in the chat a while back? That was I think that was during a Pokemon stream. I put that clip in the stream highlights video, actually. I want a bigger scope of what we can do. I don't want to be constrained to one piece of land. I want to create something connecting neighborhoods. I still feel like it'd be a really cool idea if whenever you make your, I'm just gonna say village, because I feel like that's a very like nice term to refer to both of those. Whenever you make your village on your new file for Animal Crossing, I still think it'd be a really cool idea to be able to choose between a town or an island. And then like, let's say you and your best friend both have towns, then you can take like a train to go see your friend. Or if you have a town but your friend has an island, then you can take an airplane to get to their island. Like, I feel like that option to be able to choose would be so cool. And considering they've coded Animal Crossing games that have been towns and ones that have been islands, I feel like that wouldn't be too terribly difficult to code. But then again, I also don't know anything about coding, so that's just a guess, and I could be very wrong. It was hilarious. I'm glad you found it funny though. And speaking of stream highlights videos, the third one has to go up this year, but it's not gonna be until the very end of the year. I'm really worried though, because I still feel like we don't really have that many clips, and I feel like by now we would normally have a lot more clips. Secondly, this year is just flying by now. Like, what do you mean my birthday's in 2 weeks? Excuse me? What? Pardon? I just feel like I blinked and magically April's about to be over. Oh, I just thought of something else we could consider. Sorry for like the awkward pause, but I thought of something else we could consider. So in regards to the title for the next hypothetical Animal Crossing game, you know how everybody tends to abbreviate them? For example, New Horizons is ACNH, or like Animal Crossing New Leaf was ACNL. Try picturing what that abbreviation would be, because I feel like depending on how like attractive that abbreviation looks, I guess, or like how like nice it looks, like being pleasing to the eye, I feel like that could also have an effect on the next game. So Animal Crossing like New Frontier or Next Frontier would be AC and F. And then Animal Crossing New World would be AC and W. I feel like that's another thing to consider. By the way, I feel like we haven't really used that command today for the villagers. Hold on. And while I'm at it, I'll do this command as well. I'm gonna have to go, but I really enjoyed the stream. Hope you have a great rest of your day / night. Love you. Love you too, Stella. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Okay, there's my villager list. Ideally, I would really like to see Raddle today. We already have Lyman and we already have Jitters. But if for some, oh no, we already have Frobert too. That's another thing. But if for some reason we see anybody else on the list, I'll probably just take them. I would prefer to see Raddle though. I think my dog would just put outside because I randomly heard a dog barking that sounded kind of like mine. But a lot of my neighbors also have chihuahuas, so it could have been one of them. This is definitely not Raddle. I'm pretty sure that's not him. Yeah, my dog's barking a lot. I don't know if y'all can hear her, but if you can, I'm sorry. She's pretty loud, especially considering how small she is. She's very yappy. So far on the poll, let's see. So talent, and then I didn't play past games with talent, are both tied. It's interesting to see that Islands has no votes yet. The only Animal Crossing game I haven't played was the Amiibo Festival one, so being somebody that's played both towns and islands, as much as I enjoy both quite a lot, and the concept of the islands is cool, I feel like I just prefer the towns for some reason. I don't know. I feel like the concept they had for New Leaf was one of my favorite concepts they've had. I also really like City Folk, but I feel like the concept for New Leaf was really, really nice. I miss doing the public works projects, first of all. Secondly, having our own town that we were the mayor of, that we just kind of like dictated everything, and then being able to take boat rides to go to a tropical island and play mini games on it. That whole concept was so cool, and I feel like it was one of Nintendo's best ideas for Animal Crossing. At least just in my opinion. It's okay if somebody disagrees. I was outside earlier talking to my neighbor and it's chilly out and I'm still cold. I don't know why it's this cold in April. So I was outside earlier and it said it was 70 degrees, which in itself, that is not cold at all. Normally I would consider that kind of warm, but I was outside and I was like kind of chilly low-key. I don't know why. And I just feel like at this point, at least for us, it would normally be a bit warmer and you would be warm the second that you stepped outside. So I don't know, it's just been weird lately. I think public works projects should return only for bigger and larger structures like a Ferris wheel or a pool. I agree. Although if they did it for everything again, I wouldn't mind that either, but you have a very good point with that. Secondly, to add on to that, you know how we have stuff like different kinds of bathtubs as furniture, or like you said with the pool? Nintendo, can we please actually use those things, like actually get in them? Because that would be really cool. Like imagine if they brought back public works projects and then you could actually use them and then like get in the pool, maybe with your villagers. Imagine if you walk by and your favorite villager's just going swimming. That would be so cool. As for things were interactive, very true. I agree, 100%. Like you could swim in the pool or play on the playground. Absolutely. I really wish we could do that. For an example, I didn't realize you could do this at first, but I don't really play it that much anymore. But Coral Island, for those of you who don't play it, there's this part of the map where there's some kind of like little playground. I don't know the name of this type of toy, but there's something on the playground where it's like whenever you stand on it and you hold the bars, it like spins in circles. Well, you can actually spin on it and play with it in Coral Island, but that kind of stuff you can't do in Animal Crossing. It'd be really cool if we could actually interact with the items more. I've seen some ACNH mods do this, but imagine if you can place large buildings as furniture. Like put down big buildings, or like what do you mean? I think I'd have to see a picture because I'm a little bit confused. There's a plane here that's really loud, so while that's going, I'm gonna mute the mic and get some water because I'm thirsty. Okay, I'm back. The plane was just loud, so I figured that'd be a good moment to get my water. Oh, Hornsby, he's really cute. I feel like his eyes remind me of those plastic googly eyes that you can like glue onto things for arts and crafts. That's what he reminds me of. Like a mod chat to see what I mean? Okay, give me 1 second. Oh, like that? Okay, yeah, that'd be really cool. Yeah, I would love that kind of thing. That's really pretty, actually. Another thing I want to add, speaking of mods, though, I feel like we as players wouldn't really mod that kind of thing that much if they would just add the kinds of things that we're modding. For example, a lot of the ones that I've seen that I liked is different kinds of furniture that we wouldn't normally have, or crops that we wouldn't normally have. Like somebody, I think it was like some kind of flower mod. They made it look like strawberries, so you could have strawberries. That kind of stuff, like just basic things like adding different kinds of fruits that we wouldn't normally have, or adding like unique furniture, or being able to like turn furniture diagonally, which I would personally love. I feel like they wouldn't have to deal with this modding if they would just add the things. Like, it's not terribly complicated. Or they could go a different route and do it how The Sims 4 does it, where they just let people freely mod things and not like come after them or something. Because people mod things all the time in The Sims 4, and you don't see those people coming after them for it. I'm double checking the playlist that I have on. I didn't remember having this song in there. Not that it's bad, I just was confused. I forgot that I had it on there. I was like, what? I was like, why is this playing? I forgot that I put that on there. Okay, so I think we've seen 2, maybe 3, but I think it's more like 2 frogs today, which is more than normal. So maybe we'll actually see Raddle. And honestly, even though I'm ideally wanting to see him, I put Henry on my list, right? Okay, yeah, I thought so. If I see Henry, I would also happily take him. We're just going for the frog vibes at this point. Like, if we're able to do more realistic decorating, I fully agree. They could go at one of those 2 routes, either do it how The Sims 4 does it, where they don't punish people for doing fun mods, or just actually make the things that we're trying to create with mods. I have to go because I'm playing. No, you're good. I know what that means. Hope you have fun. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, Callie. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, that took longer than I wanted to be, because they knew I was trying to get in, so they shut it down as soon as I was there. Would you say you were going to a treasure island, or what happens? I feel like you said you were going to an island. And I assumed you meant it was a treasure island, but welcome back. Villager last time when I did like a smaller villager hunt during the big stream. I feel like we saw her, didn't we? She looks familiar. I can't spell the thing I was trying to spell. It's okay, Elizabeth, don't worry about it. By the way, even if you've never played the older Animal Crossing games, you could just like Google image search this. But if you look at any of the pictures of gameplay for Animal Crossing New Leaf and compare those graphics to New Horizons, that was a massive upgrade in how clear everything looks. By the time that they actually announce and showcase a new Animal Crossing game, it's gonna be even better by then. I feel like in my head, I can't possibly picture it getting any better because New Horizons, just graphics-wise, is already very, very good. So I feel like mentally I have a really hard time picturing it getting any better. Like, it's gonna be crystal clear by then. Fearby dinner, no worries. Take your time. If you want to lurk while you eat, that's okay. Is that Fauna? Fauna! You know who loves Fauna? It's Consulcato. Legend has it that if you say Fauna 3 times in a mirror with a lit candle and the light is off, then Consulcato will appear. Somebody said that the other day. I didn't come up with that. I was in, I think it was Canada Crossings chat, and I said something about Fauna, and then somebody else said what I just said, and then Kato appeared, so it was just really funny. I don't know what my neighbors are doing in their backyard, but it looks like they're like, not looks like, but it sounds like they're like hitting something. They better not. Not during my stream. Okay, so far Towns is still in the lead on the poll. And then Islands in the one where if you didn't play past games, those are both tied, but Towns is still in the lead, which honestly I was pretty shocked by. I felt like Islands was gonna win. By the way, if you guys don't mind, could we get some frog emojis in the chat? 'Cause I need to summon more of the frogs. I mean, ideally like Raddle or Henry. Raddle preferably because we're looking for him today, but if for some reason Henry shows up, I will take him, no questions asked. Because I also need Henry. Did the stream just freeze for you guys? I feel like the stream is freezing and it's worrying me. Let me know if it's freezing for you guys too. Because it could have just been on my end. It just chewed me out. I've told him I raised my grade in Spanish. Like, isn't this what you wanted? Right? Like, why would you get in trouble for that? Like, that's, if anything, it's a good thing. No, not for me. Maybe it was just my end. Like, it froze really bad for a moment, and I was like, oh my gosh, is my stream gonna crash? Because that's unfortunately a thing, too, where the internet decides to, you know, just take a little break, take a little nap. Visco's like, about time, you should never get this bad. That's rude. I'm sorry. If it was me and I, for some reason, in some alternate universe was your father, I would have congratulated you and said that I was proud of you. Did my mic cut out? It shouldn't have. Can y'all hear me? now I'm like low-key kind of paranoid that something's gonna go wrong with this stream and I won't be able to stream normally. Because I was seeing lag issues on my end, and then you said that the mic sounded like it cut out. I'm concerned. There's a little sound that spooked me. Gotcha. Well, if anybody else hears or sees any kind of tech-related issues, please let me know, because now I'm getting, like, kind of worried. You can hear me? Okay, cool. It should be fine now. It looks better. Bunny, my birthday twin! Honestly, Bunny's kind of underrated. I was thinking something earlier, you guys, and I wanted to know your thoughts on it. So you know how on my island I terraformed that big radioactive symbol, right? I'm still happy with it, and I'm glad that I made it big, so I wanted it to be very noticeable. But doing that also took up a large chunk of space, or I would normally just decorate some kind of something. And now there's less space on the island to decorate, which on one hand isn't necessarily bad, but also that means that I'll probably finish this island faster than I originally planned to. I was thinking whenever I first started it that it might take me until like all the way to like the middle of summer or something. But now, honestly, because there's now less space for me to decorate, it probably won't take me that long. So with that being said, let's say hypothetically that I did another island in the summer because I finished this one earlier than planned. I know cottagecore is normally associated with the springtime, but I feel like it'd be kind of fun to do that in the summer too. Like, do we think that'd be fine? I don't know. I literally got the worst birthday buddy in Animal Crossing. The worst? Who is it? I'm trying to get off the island. This person keeps spamming their phone so I can't leave. That's the worst when people do. I'm so sorry. I wish people would just like not be like that. So it's like they're not the only ones that are at the treasure island. Like lots of other people are there too. Like it's not just for you. It's for other people too. You can be polite, you know. Zipper Tea Buddy, that is so unfortunate. You're absolutely right. That is a very unfortunate birthday buddy. I'm so sorry. So my main question with that whole rant would be, if for some reason I had another island that was also at least partially done in the summer, do we think cottagecore would be fine to do in the summer? Or is that too much associated with the spring? I know out of all the NPCs I have to have the same birthday as me, I get Zipper. I'm so sorry. Even Red would be better than that. Because like he's like very chaotic, but like kind of cool. Like a cool chaotic. Right, you just sue Nintendo until they change his birthday? I feel like cottagecore is one of those themes that can be adjusted to suit like any season really. Like for example, I've seen people do like pastel cottagecore. I think I've even seen people do cottagecore like in the fall. That would be a fun idea. To try cottagecore but make it fall themed. That'd be fun. Now I'm kind of thinking, would I rather do, again, if this island got finished earlier than planned, would I rather do cottagecore in the summer or wait to do that in the fall and make it kind of fall themed? I feel like that'd be a really cozy island to have. The only thing is, I did a fall island last year, but it wasn't cottagecore. So a lot of the builds would be different. Your birthday is shared with Chops? Actually, I can't tell what's worse. Sharing your birthday with Zipper Tea Buddy or Chops? What do we think, chat? What do you guys think is worse? I want to restart my island again. Go for it. No matter what the circumstances are, I will always support resetting. I think I'll do that right now. You should. I think you should. I will go home and not make myself stressed over this homework. What theme do you think you'd want to go for then? Because for a while you didn't have Nintendo Online, but now that you have it, you could easily just get whatever you need for the new theme from Treasure Island. Like, what's bad about Hopkins? I feel like Hopkins is cute. Hopkins is neon blue. He's cute though. I'm making a poll out of that. Is Hopkins cute? Yes or no? That's gonna be the new poll. There we go. I think my neighbors are doing something in their backyards. I keep hearing them like, if you can picture the sound of like your neighbor like hitting something with a hammer, it sounds like that. Personally, if I could vote on my own poll, I'd vote for yes. Plucky bestie, we already had you on this island and no, you cannot come back. Zipper is not as scary when you get used to him, but Chops is just gross. I do agree with you there, though. I mean, I still don't like Zipper T Bunny, but I feel like, let's say for some reason both stayed on your island for a while, I would get more annoyed with Chops being there, probably. I'm not sure. I'm very unrelated. I'm that kind of person where it's like we could be having one specific conversation about like a general topic, and then in my head, I think of something completely unrelated. And I'm like, I want to talk about that instead, but then I feel bad about changing the topic. I just think in my head, so what are you guys having for dinner later? If you haven't had dinner already, and if you have had it, what did you have? I'm not totally sure if we're gonna do it or not, but I think we might make some barbecue chicken, then like have some salad with it or something. And just like some kind of chicken sounds really good. Specifically barbecue chicken. So far on the poll, there's actually more of you saying no than I thought. There's only like 3 votes, so I feel like that's rather unbalanced. So maybe it'll change. I think Hopkins is cute. When I say he's a favorite villager, no, but I still think he's a cute villager. Okay, now yes is winning. That's what I thought. I don't know, I think he's a good villager. If you had an entire island that was water park themed, I feel like for some reason he would be perfect for that. I can't explain it, I just feel like he is. Pico, she's a cute villager too. Do you guys like Pico? For a long time I called her Pecco, but then a lot of people call her Pico in the community, so now I've started doing that. Lo-fi Wii sports music, I like it. It's a vibe. It's also just nice because it's the creator that makes a lot of, well, not a lot of them, but aside from Demon Gummies, I also use an artist called, that goes by the name of Slowfi on Spotify. I use a lot of their music too, and that's what this is. Like, they made those remixes. And it's just nice because they don't like do any copyright claim stuff with it. And occasionally, every now and then, unfortunately, on YouTube, there's gonna be like fake companies that'll try to copyright claim stuff just so they can make extra money off of your content or something. But it's not the creator of the lo-fi music fault. Like, it's not their fault whatsoever. It's just people being rude, I guess. Speaking of that though, if you guys have had a Wii at any point in your life, and at any point at all, what games did you like on the Wii? Like, what kind of games did you like to play? I always loved playing Animal Crossing City Folk, of course. I liked Mario Kart. I liked Mario Party. I don't remember if it was 8 or 9, but it was whatever one was on the Wii. I liked that Mario Party. I also liked, I played this when I was a kid, so it's like a really old one. But there was this game about like some kind of like sleepover. Like you'd make a character for yourself and like play these mini games with like your pretend friends that would be at the sleepover with you. There was that I really liked. And then My Sims was fun too. Those are some of my favorites. And then actually, no, there was one more I forgot to list that I played as a kid. Was Smash Bros. That was always fun. I think those are like the main games that I played on the Wii. There were others, of course, too, but like those are my main ones. I love my Wii. I played a lot of Just Dance and Wii Sports. To this day, even though it's still like a video game technically, I feel like if you do it for long enough and you warm up a bit first, I feel like stuff like Just Dance or Wii Sports, mainly Just Dance, could be an actual exercise. I also like to make cursed memes with my cousins. Same! That was a classic. We were trying to make stuff where like the me looked like a cheeseburger. Did you ever do stuff like that? Because we did that all the time. Or like trying to make one that looks like a dinosaur or something. Like making them look like things that weren't human. That was always really fun. Or like my sisters and I would take turns trying to make, like, to see who could make the most cursed me. That was always fun. Thank you for the Hydrate Reminder. I appreciate that. I love making a butt face me. Wait, oh, you mean me? Because you said mini and they said mini again. So I'm assuming you were trying to say me and then autocorrect was big annoying. I don't know if you heard it, but I did grab water. I was like the Mii's other maid. We also did this thing where for all the Mii's that we thought were like one of like the ugly ones or like ones that were made to not be human, we would deliberately put them in that Mii parade thing and then just have them never be allowed to stop running, which sounds so mean. But did anybody else do that, or were we just crazy? Wait, you know, I just thought of another Wii game that I played, like not as much as the others, but I still played it a good amount. I'm gonna type it in the chat because it might not make as much sense saying it out loud. But We Play, like that's what it was called. It was like a bunch of weird little mini games. That was fun too. Today's Builder Hunt look is still like really odd. Like, I just feel like I keep seeing a bunch of builders that I wouldn't normally ever really see. You played that too? Okay, I'm glad it wasn't just us because I loved that one. The other ones that I listed though, those I played a lot more, but I still played that one a good amount.
Smells the chat. I'm sorry, Lexi, but I have to. Someone is giving off needs to take a shower and sweaty vibes. Wait, why am I smelling
me?
Lexi?
Are you saying that I stink? Does Saturn need to be timed out for that? I think so. I think they do. Where is Saturn's most recent message? There we go. Teehee. The way that has me thinking of like, oh my gosh, do I need to shower? Like the way that it actually made me think about it. I think Saturn might be lurking though and not realize that I've timed them out. What was that? It was one of the donations that people do that are under different names to be funny. Not be too old, but does anyone remember when the PS2 had a camera attachment and games called iPlay? I didn't really have PlayStations when I was younger, so that I can't confirm or deny. I feel like I mostly just had Nintendo stuff growing up. Like I remember I had a Game Boy. It was a red Game Boy. I had that. Depending on how old I was and like what the newest one was, like I had DS's as a kid, and then like the Wii and the Switch. Yes, the iToy. I don't think I've ever even seen that. Given I also just didn't have PlayStations when I was younger. Actually, imagine if it was actually Mountain Dew. You just timed out Saturn for doing nothing. It probably was Mountain Dew, but it's okay. I don't think Saturn is here right now. Either that or they're lurking. Mountain Dew, by the way, since like you also like in a way like work with food, I wanted to know what you would do in this situation. So when I was at work on Saturday, there was a big group that came in that brought a lot of children with them. While a lot of the adults were ordering, one of the kids goes and grabs a bottle of ketchup and starts running around the restaurant squirting their siblings with it. If you saw somebody do that kind of thing, how would you handle that? Would you say anything? Or would you wait for an adult to call out the child and tell them to stop doing that? I'm just curious, like, how would you handle that if somebody was being that way? Elizabeth, and if anybody ever donated them, if the way that I would have to give that back or find a way to give it back, that would be far too much money to ever actually accept. I would have to try to figure it out. I think with stuff like super chats or like memberships, etc., stuff like that can't be refunded. But the ones donated through the donation link can be refunded, just not like the YouTube stuff, because like once that's sent, you can't take it back. Naomi, I love her. So many people don't like her. But to be fair, I used to not like her either, but now I do. She's a queen. I love her. In fact, if I ever get to be on Sabotage League, I might make her my villager. That's a maybe though. The rule they have with Sabotage League for your buddy villager, you have to pick a villager that's not on your island, that you don't plan to have on your island. Just so that there's no confusion with not being able to see them on islands. You just earned it because you're my favorite streamer. Stop. Thank you, Elizabeth. That's so sweet. You simply just existing and supporting me, I promise you, is plenty. Also, I reiterate on that, the way that I would have to try to find a way to give that back to you. Like, I couldn't accept that. I really couldn't.
Just pretend the period isn't there and act like it's 400 TE.
Thank you, Elizabeth Crossing. I appreciate it. I can't talk. I appreciate it. Thank you for the donation. And I will pretend, but that also means that I would have to give that back to you for pretending here. I'd have to give it back. I still have no idea what my neighbors are doing out there. They're scraping in the backyard, and one of them was hammering something. I heard it, but I don't know what it is though. See, again, another villager that I would normally never see that's hard to find. Why am I seeing all the rare villagers today? Well, I don't remember doing that. Maybe it was your twin. Maybe you have like a secret twin that nobody knows about and they did that. Kind of random question. It's okay if nobody here knows because I don't know if anybody here plays it. But does anybody happen to know if the Cult of the Lamb DLC that got announced recently, if that's a separate thing that you pay for or if it's just in like an update? Because I heard about it in a recent direct, but I don't know if like you pay for it separately or what the deal is given. I don't even have the base game, but I just was wondering. What if your neighbor is a rival streamer trying to mess with your stream? They probably are, because earlier when I kept hearing like the hammering noises, my stream briefly like froze or something, and I was like, oh my gosh, like is it gonna crash? To this day, I'm convinced that sometimes they can sense when I'm streaming and they try to interrupt it. I say that because sometimes they just mow their lawn mid-stream, or they're extra loud in the backyard. Wait, that does not mean it has no spaces. Maybe it's your secret twin then. Hello, Ben.
Man, when I left, I accidentally left the door cracked open. But they cast here.
The front door?
Yeah, I was like open.
Where is she?
I know.
On the bed?
Yeah.
Wait, Ben, come here for a second. Look at these villagers. Tell me what you think about him. There's no camera on, so nobody's gonna look at you, but what do you think about him?
Listen, let me see. Oh, I can't see him.
I'm trying to zoom in where you can see him better. Hold on.
Oh, there we go. Wow. So
Where did he go?
I don't know. So perfect.
Wow. Such a nice villager. Oh, there he is. There he is.
Wow, what a great image of his face.
I know, right?
Oh, okay, here we go. Oh,
He just does not want to talk to you.
I think you should just be like that. Okay. No, I don't think so. I kind of, if he wasn't like the yellowish and it was like kind of like a different
I think
color.
his name is Rooney.
Well, I don't like Rooney.
Well, he don't like you either.
It was poopy.
I don't have a twin, but who knows? I feel like we all have a secret twin in some alternate universe out there. So I'm gonna figure out that PS2. No, you're fine. It's okay. Why is Ben hiding something? Is he? Whenever I have music playing through these, or even if I'm not when I'm streaming, they're fairly noise canceling. If he said something about it, I didn't hear. Hello, ACNH Sleeping Cat. Welcome to the stream. No, but earlier he had to leave to go do something work related, then came back and realized that yes, someone left the front door open. Thankfully, all the pets are still here, so it's all good. Another kangaroo. Literally, what is with all the villagers that I never see today? Also, this one has a 4 o'clock shadow. How are you? I'm having a kind of a low spoons day, but aside from that, I'm good. How are you? I'm kind of curious, so I was going to do another Animal Crossing poll, but I can't, like, there's not enough space to put all of them that I want to do. I was going to do a poll of all, like, the Animal Crossing native flowers that you can have, but there's not enough space for all of them, so I'm going to have to put, like, I guess, like, a couple
Also,
of them.
hi chat.
Those.
Sorry I had to pretend I needed to talk to Lexi. Crop dust that room and needed to
Ben!
get out of there.
Excuse me. Did you for real? Excuse you. Ben's gonna pop in from the other room and be like, what? What is that? That's if he heard me say that or was watching the stream. So out of these, which ones do you guys think are the best Animal Crossing flowers? I wish I could put all of them, but I can't. Send button is too close to the backspace button on the keyboard when you're typing. Meg, isn't the filter named Stinky? Because there is literally. Isn't he the one that wears underwear on his head? So I feel like that's him. What if left you on red? He can't because I don't have my read receipts on. I don't have them on for anybody, I don't think. I think they've been turned off for every contact. I told him to join the chat. I saw this filter earlier. Today's filter is just so weird. Oh, you're talking about the room. Oh, well, according to the donation, it's Stinky. In response to Ben's message. Ben, did you see the donation that was sent in? Here, I'll replay it just for you.
Also, hi chat. Sorry I had to pretend I needed to talk to Lexi. Crop dust that room and needed to get out of there.
It didn't appear on the screen when I replayed it. You should be able to hear that. Oh, there it is. There it is. I didn't see it right away. You have anything to comment on? This is not to expose him. Wait, did you really? Is that a confession? Is this a confession? I think that might have been a confession. I'm back, I'm eating dinner. It's so funny, because while you were gone, we timed you out as a funny thing because of a Mountain Dew donation that was done under your name. But you were gone for so long, you didn't notice. And it was nothing. I think it was a confession. I think it was. Play it? Okay, give me a second. The little bar where they appear, like I can barely see. Hold on. I have to like make the sliding bar bigger because I can't see it. There we go. Okay, I found it.
Smells the chat. I'm sorry, Lexi, but I have to.
There we go.
Someone is giving off needs to take a shower and sweaty vibes. Wait, why am I smelling Lexi?
You basically said I was stinky. Funny from the Discord BRB. No, don't. The way that first that donation made me think like, wait, do I need a shower? I have Game Builder Garage. I got it yesterday. Ooh, what is it about? I feel like I've heard about that before, but I don't know what it's about. Also, this song, I feel like there's some kind of background noise in it that I don't like that much. So I'm gonna skip to the next song. Where are we in the playlist, actually? I skipped to the next song because I didn't like it that much. BRB, you're good then. You don't need one? Thank you. Thank you for affirming that I don't stink. Interesting. So on the poll, I thought roses would win, but tulips is actually in the lead. And then mums and pansies are tied, and roses is just in second place. But I thought roses would win. Interesting. You guys can't see because I don't have the camera on for today. But earlier, I was snuggling up with Luna. I was telling her how much I loved her, how beautiful she was. Like, just loving on my cat, right? And then I guess she just was not in the mood for cuddles because she scratches my hand really badly. And there's still like a bright red scratch mark on my hand. And that was hours ago. Like, that was this morning, and it's about to be 6 p.m. here, just for reference. Ben thinks it's going to leave a scar, but I don't know. It's like real life depends on the rose. True. I feel like that same thing could also be applied to apples. Because there's like several different kinds of apples. Speaking of that, if y'all have a favorite kind of apple, what is it? And why is it Granny Smith apples? Those are my favorite. I just like them because they're sour. I like sour stuff. I was the kind of kid that would just chew on lemon slices. You shouldn't do that often because it can be really bad for your teeth, but I did it anyways. Let's see if you get a scratch from my cat. You need to wash well. Yeah, right afterwards, especially because it was such a big one and it didn't bleed like super bad, but it did bleed like a little bit. I washed it with soap and water, and now it's just like, sorry if this is kind of gross the way that I'm wording this, but it's like, it's scabbed up now, but it's still like red. Which, to be fair, for her, that was her setting a boundary. Like, she just did not want to be touched at that moment, and I didn't realize it. It was an issue on my end for invading her personal space. Granny Smith or Gala. Those are like the two best ones. Apples in general, though, are good with peanut butter. Not so much the Granny Smith ones, though, because even though they're my favorites, that with peanut butter tastes a little funny. Like, one of the sweeter apples is better with peanut butter. Speaking of that, I made that a question of the day the other day, kind of. I asked everybody if they preferred crunchy or smooth peanut butter. And I think I was the only one that said crunchy. I like both, but I prefer crunchy peanut butter. I've seen this person on campus in 3 different spots in the past, like, hour. Like, is she following me right now? Go up to her and bark at her as loud as you possibly can, and then leave. Macintosh tastes odd. Are those the ones that are just red, or am I thinking of a different one? You know, a lot of them have red on them. A lot of them are like red and then some other color. Like, which one is the one that's like yellow and red? I swear there's so many different kinds of apples. A very weird thing to be talking about, but it's true, there's so many. What did the donation under your name say? Let me see. Here, I'll replay it for you.
Just pretend the period isn't there and act like it's 400 tee.
I really don't like apples. I like them, but sometimes they give me headaches and I don't really get why. I don't know, maybe I have some kind of unknown apple allergy. I'm gonna look that up, Mountain Dew. I wanna see how many types there are technically. According to what the University of Illinois is saying on this Google article, they said that there are 7,500 varieties of apple, but the 9 ones that I guess are the main ones are Fuji, Honeycrisp, Red Delicious, Granny Smith, Golden Delicious, Macintosh, Cortland, Empire, and Gala. That's what Google says, but I don't know how true or untrue that is. Cooked apples with a bit of cinnamon are really good. I did what you recommended, and then she pepper sprayed me. Thanks a lot. Like, wait, really? Are you okay? Oh yeah, about that. So I was saying, Ben went on a trip recently, and he got to go to a casino, and I just thought that was cool because you were mentioning that you cook in a casino now. Let's see, crunchy peanut butter does taste good when it's blended up and made smooth. Crunchy peanut butter, I just like it with like the pieces. I don't know, it's good. I like it. Am I just weird? I feel like I'm the only one here that likes the crunchy peanut butter and prefers it. No, I'm joking. I was gonna say, I am so sorry. Like, I was genuinely gonna feel so bad because Obviously, if I say something like that, I am completely joking. I thought that you really did it for a moment. I was about to be so upset with myself for getting you into that situation. I've talked about your trip that you took, Ben, but I didn't say like what you were doing there on my stream, so I didn't know if like you'd be okay with that or not. But if you want to, you can talk about it. I just didn't want to like, you know, cross any boundaries. French peanut butter is a sin in my eyes. I wholeheartedly disagree with you. Awesome. Lost money first night and the second night I shut it down. I kind of want to try one someday, but I don't know. I'm kind of nervous too. I'm working at an in-bar and casino, also a fine dining Italian restaurant. Which job would you say you prefer though? Like just speak, not necessarily about like money or anything, but just like about the environment. Which one would you say you prefer? I mean, I was thinking into the Italian food or like an Italian restaurant. It always reminds me, whenever he and I went to prom, we went to an Italian restaurant as dinner before we went to the actual prom. Also, by the way, do you know why Willis is barking? Because I can hear her, but I don't know what she's barking at. I don't know how I feel about this builder. His color is really cool, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about him. I think I'm gonna end the poll now. I don't know what it is about them, no matter what the polls are about, because I do a lot of them almost all the time. But I feel like once I put up a poll, it feels like the stream goes by faster. Because I swear it feels like I just typed that poll like a minute or two ago. Apparently the poll's already been up and pinned at the top for like 11 minutes. Like, what do you mean? Are you sure? Are you sure that's right, YouTube? The bar at Italian, people get very crazy about their food. I feel like picturing that makes me picture, do you remember the movie Ratatouille? I picture like that chef that asked for the ratatouille dish, like the one that was trying it. That's what I picture whenever I think about that. I feel like any job though where it's like in some way, whether it's like about like drinks or food or like any kind of like service industry thing, whether it's like with food again or like with drinks and you're working with people, like those kinds of jobs can get so irritating so quickly. Speaking from experience. Today's stream is going by fast. It really is. Okay, BRB, I'm gonna go back to my dorm and get company and get my Switch. No worries, take your time. The rule of a casino, the moment when you spend $20, then stop. Like if I won $500, I will bet 20 and then walk out with 480. I've never been to an actual casino, but I have played blackjack on GTA several times. How's my word? Like guys, Lexi. Hello, Vincent. Welcome in. Yeah, I've been live. Actually, no, let me see. Because Streamlabs times it for me. I've been live for almost 2 hours. It's just one of those days where the stream feels like it's going by extra fast. And maybe, like, I did that 8-hour stream a few days ago. Now that I know I can last that long, I feel like other streams are going to feel a lot faster, if that makes sense. With $40, I walked out with $2K last time I gambled at a casino. I feel like whenever I go to, so I'm gonna go to one eventually. Like I want to give it a good try at least once, and if I just really hate it that badly, then I won't go back. But I can't tell if my luck would be either just like really great or if it would just go really south really fast, if that makes sense. Like I feel like for me, it would either be like really great, wonderful experience, or it would be like terrible, no in between. And I feel like in my head, since like I've had moments where I was really good with the GTA version of the gambling. I feel like I've had good luck with that before. Like, I'll trick myself into thinking that I'll always have that in real life, which is not true. So I don't know. I want to try it, but I still feel very iffy about it. That's the summary of my little rant. Depending on if we find anybody for this villager hunt, by the way, I may wrap up the stream at like the 2.5-hour mark, but we'll see. That may change. Gotta go back to work. Have a good stream. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, and I do appreciate the donations as well. Hope work goes well and people aren't rude. I say that because I've told so many stories about it by now, you get my point. And lots of bad experience working in food service. But I hope it goes well. What is with all the rhinos today? We saw that pink one, we saw another one, and we also saw Hornsby. We also saw a lot of gorillas today. Known to walk away, very true. I haven't been, but like I feel like that's the number 1 thing that people should consider whenever they gamble. Whether it's like it's in a game or in real life, especially if it's in real life. Sometimes you're just gonna have bad luck with it and you just shouldn't continue to push it. True, we don't. I wish we did, but we don't. Imagine if there was one, but it was like on the opposite side of Texas. That would be annoying. If there was like only one for some reason. I hope I find somebody soon, because I feel like, I mean, I still want to find Raddle, ideally, but it's been long enough that I would really like to see somebody at this point. So I'll take you on vacation. I need to do more traveling at some point in my life. I haven't been to that many places. I don't know when or where we would go or what the reasons would be. But I want to do more traveling eventually. Hello Hank, welcome to the stream. Come to Iowa to see me. I've only been to, California technically I've been to, but I was so little that I do not remember that whatsoever. I've been to Colorado, I've been to like the Key West part of Florida, and I've been to the Bahamas. That's it. I'm going to DC in the summer. I just want to do more traveling in general at some point. Like, I don't know if I would necessarily want to go to like every state, but like it'd be nice to go to more of them, or like even go to like other places in the world. I don't know, just travel more at some point. We basically summoned him. We were talking all about Hopkins earlier. Hopkins has come to the stream to ask Saturn why they don't like him. I mean, Arizonan. I feel like that's a hard word to say for some reason. Hello, you little ugly bunny. Me, every time it's bunny day and I see Zipperty Bunny, that's what I say to him. That's how I feel. I love him. I do too. I think he's cute. Does anybody happen to know if there's enough rabbit villagers in Animal Crossing to have an all rabbit themed island? Because that, but then making your island spring core or cottage core, I feel like would be really fun. I just got Hornsby back. I saw him earlier on my hunt. Also, I villager hunted this morning for my all bear / cub island. We got Sherry on ticket 1, shortest hunt. Well, if you already need her, that is insane luck. We're currently looking for Raddle, but there's also a bunch of other villagers I still need. I just ideally would like to see Raddle though, and the reason being is because he has a special role for this island, and I want to get his house set up and everything as soon as possible. So I would prefer to see him. You hate Hopkins, he's my most hated villager. He burned my crops until my children murdered my cows. I almost said crows. Not the negative Yelp review about Hopkins. Not the Yelp review. Also, I think it's one of those songs playing that like starts off slow, and I just want to make sure that nothing. Oh, and now I hear it. Okay, just a little more gentle. Sometimes just they pause like that, or they're quiet, and it always scares me. You guys, out of 5 stars, how many stars would you give Hopkins? Let me know. Personally, I'd give him like, if we could do halves with this, I would say like 3.5. Not a favorite, but I definitely don't hate him either. Hello, the pretzel. Welcome to the stream. Well, I'm good. How are you? I mean, I'm having a lower spoon say, which is why I have my camera turned off. Most streams it's on, but like aside from that, I'm good. The only thing worse than Hopkins is Zipper. You know what feature I was just thinking about? I think this was newly, but it's been a little bit since I've played older games like really actively, so I might be kind of mixing some of my memories. But one of the past Animal Crossing games, whenever it was April Fool's Day, you would have Blanca, the NPC, was a cat, and would morph himself into looking like some of the villagers in your town. And then you'd have to try and figure out which one is the real villager and which one is Blanca. And it was like a little puzzle that you had to do. My camera's often having a low spoon state, which is basically a way of saying I don't really have sufficient energy to worry about how I look on camera and how the lighting is, the camera quality, etc. Oh, Blanca's a girl, but I didn't know. I didn't realize that. I'm sorry. My bad. I should have thought about that though, because the name, the way that there's an A at the end, I think, and I might be remembering wrong, so nobody roast me, but isn't it like the rule with words in Spanish, where if it ends like in an A sound like that, then it's meant to be more feminine, and then if it's like an O or something else, then it's meant to be masculine. It's been forever since I've taken a Spanish class. Don't roast me. That's basically just me saying I should have realized that, but I didn't. Same brand. I got you. Thank you for understanding. I appreciate it. I'm gonna make an angry mean edit of Hopkins. If you do, put it in the Animal Crossing channel on Discord. I've seen the Mario movie. I have not, but I'll be seeing it tomorrow. We have tickets reserved for tomorrow, so I'll see it then. There are exceptions and other rules, but yes, you're generally right. I thought I remembered like learning something about that. Blanca is female in international versions of Animal Crossing. The Japanese and Korean version, Blanca is male. So I guess just depending on the game, she could be either or. I guess depending on which version you have. Nice, I saw it about a week ago. It was amazing, so much fun to watch. Pacing was quite fast though, but that doesn't really bother me. I feel like that kind of thing wouldn't really bother me either. If anything, I feel like it's very satisfying to my brain whenever either like songs or like videos are kind of fast paced. Like I feel like depending on the content, it could be really satisfying or it could ruin the quality. Just kind of depends. Somebody's revving their engine outside. I don't know if y'all can hear that. You might. Hi, Lexi. How are you? Hello, Alpha Moon. Welcome in. I'm good. How are you? I ate too much. My stomach hurts. Wait, what did you have for dinner, though? You said that you were having dinner, but you didn't tell me what you had. Not me being, like, low-key kind of nosy, but, like, I want to know. We're not totally certain what we're having for dinner, but if the original idea works out, I think we're just gonna have like some kind of chicken and some salad. I say one of the pop songs does not fit where they put it. I'm not a critic by any means. I'm sure you'll know which one I mean when you hear it. Is it the Peaches song? Like the one that Bowser/Jack Black sings? Because the only reason I know it is because it's all over TikTok. It's like everywhere. I can't escape it. I just don't know the context behind it. I only know that he sings it. This is me when I think of Hopkins. Not you censoring Hopkins' name. Oh, spaghetti. Spaghetti's good. Spaghetti, it does sound kind of good, though. That with some garlic bread and some salad would be so good. Now I'm craving that, too. Just some kind of something paired with some salad would be good. I don't know why I'm craving salad so much today, but I am. What are you guys craving right now? If you're craving anything right now, whether it be a food or a drink, what are you craving? I gotta know. For a second, I really thought this was Gulliver from far away. You can barely see him because he's behind the trees, but still. Garlic knots are good too. We have a thing in my family where whenever it's someone's birthday, they get to pick what everybody has for dinner, and like we have like a family meal. I might just ask for spaghetti and like some garlic knots and some salad, but the thing is though, my mom does not like spaghetti, so I don't know if I would go through with that, but it sounds like it'd be good. I'm craving for sweets, like candy, or like stuff, just like generally like sweet stuff. Not that one. That one kind of fits, especially when you consider the lore in the video game. True. Remember they usually eat Chinese food? I haven't really liked Chinese food until as of lately in my life. Like all of my life I didn't really like it, but I started to kind of get into it recently. I want to expand my palette and like try more of it, but for right now I'm like keeping it strictly to only a few items because those are the ones that I like. Sweets, candy, cupcakes, cakes, ice cream. Do you guys like frozen yogurt? And if you do, what flavor do you like? Whenever I get frozen yogurt, I haven't had it in like a couple of years, but whenever I would get it, I like to get the strawberry kind or like just like a vanilla frozen yogurt, which sounds kind of boring, I know. I would get either one of those or both and then get some granola clusters and put those mixed in. That was always really good. It's not my sister's Chinese food. I don't know why, but like for so long, I just really didn't like it and I've started to lately. I hope that I can find at least one or two more things off of like, I'm saying general menus. I feel like a lot of places will have like very similar menus. I'm hoping to find one or two more things that I like, so that way there's like more options to choose from. Also, by the way, I might have missed it, but oops. There's something on my desk that got hit when I was doing that. I might have missed it, but just in case, if it wasn't typed here. That's something to get a chuckle out of me though. It's funny, but like, I feel like it's very fitting. I love Chinese food, but I love food and I'm not a picky eater. I'm someone who would eat anything. I am opposite. I am incredibly picky. And I wish that I wasn't, but I am. It's not necessarily even about the flavor though. For at least most scenarios, the flavor of something could be totally fine and I could really like it, but the texture of it will just end up throwing me off. Like the texture is usually what gets in the way. You know what the song's about? The Peaches song? I'm pretty sure it's just about like a love song in a way that Bowser is singing about Princess Peach. Hello, Sam, welcome in. Should I like yell on the island? I think so. I think you should. Oh yeah, no, bad food texture ruins good food. I'm glad that somebody else agrees with me on that. Because I feel like really, I'm very open to trying a new food. Just a lot of the time, the texture will just ruin it for me. Like for example, I have never liked steak. And not the flavor, like the flavor will be just fine, especially if there's like a nice sauce with it, because I'm totally a sauce person. I love putting sauce with my food, but just the texture of chewing it up grosses me out so bad. And I wish it wasn't like that, especially because a lot of people here are like big meat eaters where I'm from. Like a lot of people make like barbecue and like meat eating in general, that kind of stuff is very popular here. So I wish that I liked it more, but I don't. My family thinks I'm crazy, but there's some foods I gag when I try it. Yeah, same, absolutely. Yogurt with chunks of fruit, that don't even mention it. That makes me gag too. That's why specifically, if we're gonna get yogurt from the grocery store, I have to try and find ones that don't have fruit pieces, because I can't. I really can't. Most yogurt brands, like the flavor is fine, but the second they add fruit pieces in it, it ruins the whole thing. It just absolutely destroys it. Maybe saying that is a little bit dramatic of me, but I'm sure you get my point. Another question, like texture-wise about foods, how do you guys feel about raisins? The flavor is really honestly not like a favorite, but it's not bad. I just don't like the dried up pruny type texture. Like it just tastes like I'm chewing on a wrinkle, and I don't like that. Another texture versus like flavor thing, for example, I know a lot of people really like bacon. I don't really like pig bacon as much. Like it tastes good, but I don't like the texture as much, especially with all the fat on it. But I do really prefer turkey bacon because that still tastes really, really good too, but it doesn't really have nearly as fat on it, if it has any fat on it at all. So I just like it so much more. Raisins are what you get when you take a grape and remove all the happiness from the universe. You and I, we think the same about food. We think the same. I don't think the flavor is bad, though. I really don't. I want to make sure that I add that. Should I like yell on my island if you already answered that I couldn't hear it? No, you're good, Elizabeth. It's okay. I think you should. It's up to you, though. And thank you for the water reminder. I am dehydrated. There we go. Another food question that I feel like is very hit or miss with people. How do you guys feel about barbecue flavored chips? Like, not even talking about brand, but how do you feel about barbecue flavored chips? I like them, but I can't have a ton at once. I feel like very quickly it starts to make my stomach feel like greasy, if that makes sense. But like the flavor is good. I just can't have like a bunch at once. What's your favorite food? Mine is meatloaf. I would have to think about that. But what anybody can tell you that's been here before, because I feel like, are you new? Because I feel like I haven't seen you before. Anyways, anybody that can tell you that I love pickles. Would I say it's my favorite food? Probably not, but I do really love them. There's an emoji with my face on it of pickles. Which, by the way, my mod Shiver made that. And speaking of that, I believe Shiver is still very close to 430 subscribers. Whenever the link gets pulled up, I'm going to click on it so I can go check. Here. There we go. Let me see. I'm waiting for YouTube to load it because it's being a little stinky at the moment and not loading very fast. There we go. Oh wait, yeah, you're 3 away from 430. I bet you there's 3 of you here that haven't subscribed. Could like a few of you go check out his channel and like help him get to 430? You're gonna let her run because she's cute and I want to crocodile. I think you should go for it. You could always kick her. I almost said him because I was looking at Bill and Bill is a boy. I think you should go for it. And then if you don't want her anymore, you could just kick her off. Wait, why are you saying the emoji? Is it frozen? Did it freeze or something? I'm refreshing that channel before then closing the tabs. I think it's slowing down my computer having several tabs open. Okay, yeah. I closed it because I feel like it's slowing down my stream on my end. There we go. And time for me to try refreshing if it's lagging. Sometimes streams also just kind of do that, like even if it's just like real brief, sometimes it just kind of happens. But speaking of Bill though, I know Kato's been resetting repeatedly a lot recently, trying to find the perfect map, like not really settling until she finds the exact home with everything that she wants on it, which honestly, totally valid. I completely get that. Sometimes it's worth it to settle, sometimes it's not. It just kind of depends. I think she said that for villagers, like for her starters, she either wanted to start off with Hazel and Tad or Hazel and Bill. I think. Although it's taking her hundreds of tries, I got it in 5 rerolls. Sometimes just the RNG when you reset is really not good. Coming from somebody that's reset several times before and has made several islands, it just depends on the day. I always stream it whenever I reset because it's fun that way for me. They're just really fun streams to do. And it's very hit or miss. Sometimes my RNG for the maps will be great and sometimes it's awful. Like whenever I had the stream where I got the island I do right now, my RNG that day was terrible. Like typically on average, I would see at least a couple of islands that had pairs, and I needed pairs so badly, and I only saw pairs once that stream. It was crazy. I find that either you rated someone or someone else rated you. I feel like I might have been cleared out her name, but most people call her that. I feel like a lot of you found me through raids. In fact, speaking of that, while we're talking about it, how did you guys find me? Was it through like searching, like a video, a raid? Like I know Shiver found me through a raid. That was forever ago. But let me know. Hello, Birds, Jess. Welcome to the stream. We're having a low spoons day, but it's okay. Sometimes you can have low spoons day. The reason I'm so vocal about that on streams is because I feel like it's just something that needs to be normalized. So I'm trying to do my part to normalize it by talking about it. We have, unfortunately, still not found Raddle or anybody that I need on my list for that matter. Considering, I feel like for like an average like normal length stream, I would go for like 3 hours, give or take a little bit of time, depending on the day and what I'm doing. I've been live for 2 hours and 12 minutes. So at this point, if I just randomly found anybody on my list, I would take them. I just would prefer for it to be Raddle. Hello, Joanna, welcome to the stream. I found you through a raid forever ago. Do you remember who it was? Because I know whenever Shiver found my channel, it was whenever Blue rated me. And Blue doesn't stream anymore, though. This villager always reminds me of Miss Piggy. Always. Every single time. I'm pretty sure I found you through a raid. You were just getting ready to start your Coraline Island. I loved that island. I really did. To this day, it's my favorite island. The main thing that was difficult on it though, but in my defense, it was something that was pretty difficult to replicate. If anybody didn't see the island, basically, the Coraline is one of my favorite things in movies of all times. It's a comfort movie, and I tried to replicate a lot of things that were in that movie onto an Animal Crossing island. The thing that was most difficult though was the flower garden that looks like Coraline. Trying to make that in the game was basically impossible, so I just had to arrange them and then hope that nobody judged me for how it looked, because it was hard. I think it was Kate Colleen. I feel like a good portion of you found me through raids. I I'm gonna lurk so I can build your hunt. No worries. Hope you enjoy your lurk. Hope it goes well. Hope you find whoever you're looking for. Remember the flower garden struggle? It was hard. Like, I feel like there was no realistic way, really, to be able to make that work. Everything else worked, though. It just was a matter of how much time it took me to make it. Like, a lot of it, the island was just very nitpicky in the sense of, because I was trying to replicate it as detailed as possible, I had to keep going, like, referencing pictures, referencing memories that I had to make it as exact as possible. And that was really tough. Okay. I've officially decided at any point, if I see any of the builders that I still need, I'm just gonna take them at this point in the stream. Dreamy hunting nice. I have too many builders to hunt for my Dreamy, but I can't find my Dreamy. My Dreamy was from my first island. It was Lyman. I never found him, but my other one was Tammy. Hello, ROT Henzo. Welcome to the live stream. I have Lyman on my island, actually. I found him last time that I villager hunted. I did an 8-hour stream recently, and I did like a portion of the stream dedicated to villager hunting, and I found Lyman. Lyman and Tammy. Oh, there we were first starters. I hope you enjoy your lurk, Elizabeth. A lot of you probably didn't hear me say, because I talked about it like at the very early beginning portion of the stream. Even though my camera is off, I prefer the thumbnail that I made that had my picture on, because I made a couple different versions, some without it and some with it. And I just like the one with my picture. And I said at first that I was going to remake it with just having like maybe some text and a picture of Raddle. But I don't know, now I'm conflicted again if I'm going to do it or not. We'll see. I guess the takeaway from that is if you see it randomly change, it's because I didn't like the current thumbnail anymore. But I reset, and Tammy happens to be one of my starters, so it's ACNH the hunt for Lyman in my life as of right now. Well, I hope you find him soon. I definitely get the struggle of it taking forever to find a certain villager. I'm usually pretty stubborn about it. I like to hunt and avoid using amiibos or avoid going to treasure islands. Just, I don't know, I'm stubborn about it, and it's fun to go and look for them myself, but sometimes it just takes way too long, so best of luck. We love her. She's so sweet. I love her so much. Her ears always remind me of those movie theater 3D glasses, like the blue and red ones. We don't need her though. And speaking of that, since I've officially decided at this point in the stream that I'll just happily take anybody that I find, I feel like it's probably a good idea to pull up the list of villagers that I'm looking for. Out of that list though, I already have Jitters, I have Frobert, and I have Lyman. On a completely unrelated note, apparently on Thursday, April 27th, I'm going on a field trip to Turtleback Zoo. On Thursday, I'll be at work. Also on Thursday, a game that I really like is coming out for the first time. Look, there's a free demo for it on Steam. I'm talking about Mail Time, but because I'm trying so hard to like budget and not spend too much of my spending money on games, I've had to narrow down my wish list a lot, so I'll probably not end up actually buying it, even though I really, really want to. So I've got to prioritize other games that I'll probably play more often. So basically, even though I really like it, I probably won't end up actually buying it. But like, if I had more money right now, I would probably buy it. Welcome back from your lurk, Elizabeth. Oh, Mail Time, I heard about it. For a brief time, I had a photo from Mail Time as a computer background. It just looks so cute. I want to play it. I really do. I still really want to get Cult of the Lamb, though. What I like about it that I just find so appealing about the game is, while I definitely do still feel like it files under, like, the cozy gaming category, it's also, like, a bit spooky. And that's the kind of stuff that I'm into. Like, I like spooky stuff. I like scary games, but I also still like cozy games. And I feel like it's perfect for someone like me, because like it's both of those things. You found Henry? Tell him to spawn on my Switch, please. And thank you. Portia's the best dog. I agree, and I'm glad that you think that, Gil. Portia, best villager in my opinion. I have a lot of other people's dreams on my island. What villagers do you have? I can show you my villagers in a moment. I'm already about to go to another island, but whenever I get back to my island, I can show you, because I can't pull out my map on the other islands. Remind me of the zoo I live close to, that being the St. Louis Zoo. From people who've been to it and others, everyone consistently says the St. Louis Zoo is better. I've been to the zoo since I was a kid, I think. While we're speaking about this, by the way, remember, friends, that if you happen to be underage or just generally on the younger side, it's probably not a good idea to mention where you're from or how old you are. Just like a little reminder, you know, internet safety. I found my friend's favorite villager. Wait, who is it? Who did you find? The villager on this island is hiding from me for some reason. Wait, ooh. I've seen Mott the lion like 3 or 4 times now. That reminds me, I was there at St. Louis Zoo all the way when I was an infant. There's a zoo that I would go to, but I guess I've stopped going because I haven't been there since I was a kid. My favorite was always seeing a bunch of, I think it was ferrets? I would like to see the ferrets. I liked seeing fish in aquariums, and then I liked seeing red pandas. They were my favorites. And then the kinds of petting zoos that you could go to where you could feed animals out of your hand, those were always really cool too. I don't know the name, but I'll tell you. Yeah, of course, let me know. Thought that I got awkwardly silent for a second. I was checking something. Hopkins is back. Hopkins was here earlier and has come back again to yell at Saturn for not liking him. I think the zoo has red pandas. They had some at our zoo too, but they didn't have that many of them, and I'm pretty sure it's because at one point they were starting to go extinct. So like there just wasn't that many of them. Unrelated to what we were talking about, have you guys ever, whether it was like for breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever kind of meal or snack it was that you were gonna have you ever made food for yourself because you thought in your head it just sounded so good, and then once you actually start eating it, you realize it doesn't taste as good as you wanted it to, and then it's just so disappointing? Because that happened to me earlier. I made myself a grilled cheese for lunch, and it just did not taste the way that I wanted it to, and I was really mad about it. But you found Mary. Mary's sweet. I love her. She's a good villager. On my island, I have Pietro, Mary, Tangy, Sheldon, Judy, Tammy, Sydney, Maple, Bo, and Fret. Oh wait, yeah, I was gonna show you my villagers. I'm sorry. I could be a little bit forgetful, so my bad. I will do that in just a moment. Sorry about that. A lot of my villagers that I have currently, I'm not planning on keeping, so they won't be there forever. So right now I have Frobert, Jitters, Teddy, Hugh, Mint, Meringue, Drift, Shep, and Lyman. Let's Google Maps review score and amount how many places can boast a record like that. Wait, reviews for what? Like what is the review for? I kind of feel like we would have found somebody on my list by now. Like I'm pretty surprised we haven't seen anybody. I mean, I know I've said it several times that I prefer to see Raddle, but I'm shocked that we haven't even seen anybody on the list so far. Hello, Autumn, welcome in. Oh, customer reviews. Okay, gotcha. How do you guys feel about the penguins in Animal Crossing? I like them, not all of them, but I do think that they're good villagers. They're definitely better than the, what was the word? The way that I forgot the word for gorilla for a second? That's embarrassing. I like the penguins better than the gorillas. What do you guys think? Tomorrow is picture day. Well, I hope it goes well. I hope you get a picture done that you like. I hope you're happy with that. I say that I've had many picture days in the past where I just was not happy with how my pictures turned out. Is this a low-fi version of Kirby? Let me see. It is! So the stage cleared music that plays, I think this is for Forgotten Land? Maybe not, I'm not sure, but it definitely is lo-fi Kirby. I like penguins. I do too. Some are cuter than others though, for sure. That one's Francine, right? So I think Chrissy is the pink version of that bunny style. We're also having a book fair. I used to love the book fairs in school. Those were always fun. I feel like it's like, this is gonna be a really specific thing. Kind of weird, but very specific. I feel like the book fairs always had a really, really specific scent to them. Like it smelled like magazine paper. I had Cube on my island at one point in time, but I replaced him with Fred due to the fact that he was always sick at home. Like Cube was? That always makes me sad when the villagers are sick. Even when it's villagers that I don't like, it just makes me sad. Whenever I was in school, always hated picture day just because I feel like a lot of my pictures didn't turn out very good. Like I was almost never happy with them. There's also this one time, this was way back in elementary school, but I have this memory. I was in line to have my picture taken, and for some reason, this photographer, this was so gross, but they picked off a hair comb off of the floor, like not even like on a shelf or like on top of something else, it was just on the dirty floor, picked it up and tried to comb my hair with it. And I was like, what are you doing? First of all, get out of my personal space. Secondly, that's disgusting and just not sanitary. Another question, how do you guys feel about the chicken villagers? They're definitely not a favorite species by any means, but some of them really aren't that bad. I was embarrassed when I was 9 years old and had a gap tooth and didn't want to take the photo. I wholeheartedly empathize with that like completely. I had a really big gap between my 2 front teeth for a long time when I was a kid, and I was unfortunately made fun of relentlessly for it, so whenever I was old enough, I got braces for it. I didn't wear my retainer, and you're probably gonna be like, why didn't you do that? Of course, like, your teeth are gonna move. Hear me out. I am an individual that has a lot of like physical sensory issues, and it was a huge problem for me. I couldn't deal, so I didn't wear it, and for a long time, it was fine not wearing it, but as, like, I think it started happening, like, middle of 2022, my teeth started to kind of shift, and now, like, they're a bit more crooked than they used to be, and then my 2 front teeth have a very small gap between them again. So as soon as possible, I want to get some dental work done. I have to get cavities filled first, and then get some of those clear aligners for my teeth so that I can fix it. Because now's the time to do that before it gets really, really bad. So if I were to do that right now, I think it would maybe take, like, anywhere between half a year to a year for it to go back to how it was with clear aligners. I like chickens. My favorite chickens are Goose, Nox, and Ken. Goose is so underrated. I at one point tried to do a farmcore island. It didn't work out, and it wasn't farmcore by the time that I made a dream dress, but I feel like Goose is pretty underrated. Goose is good. I like Ava as well, but most of the chickens I could pass on, same. Ava, like, I feel like I have a special connection with just because on one of my very first islands, actually I think this was my first island. You know how you have those initial 3 villager plots when we were trying to get KK Slider and up your island rating, like those villager plots? She was one of my villagers for those. My cousin is a place operator, still has Animal Crossing, and she had Goose. Goose deserves so much more love than he gets. Goose and Portia both need more love, in my opinion. You can't see them right now, so you're gonna have to just take my word for it, but I have Animal Crossing themed sweatpants on. There's black sweatpants there's like an Animal Crossing New Horizons logo towards the top by the pocket. There's the Animal Crossing leaf underneath that, and then Isabel's head underneath that, then KK Slider's underneath hers, and Tom Nook's at the bottom. They're very comfortable. I used to have Ava on my island, but she wanted to move out, so then Tangy moved into the same lot. I saw her earlier during the hunt. Yeah, Portia deserves so much more love. Was once villager hunting for everyone on the final island in Cloud's part, and Portia descended from the heavens to bless that island. I am so glad that you agree with me. I feel like a lot of people don't like the Snooties because of the attitude they can kind of give, and I guess in a way that's very understandable. I love her so much, and when I was a kid, I don't know if anybody else had them. I had a lot of Webkins when I was a kid, and my Dalmatian Webkins was my favorite one. And then a little bit after my Webkins era, I discovered Animal Crossing, and then Portia very quickly became my favorite, and she's been my favorite ever since. Okay, I'm back. I had to get up and make coffee tomorrow. You're good. It's completely fine. I unfortunately still haven't found anybody on the list, especially Raddle. But despite that, I'm not sure. I'll think about it for a little longer. I may wrap it up kind of soon, just because I never said what I meant by low spoons, but by low spoons, I meant that I've had a headache for several hours today, but I was unwilling to cancel the stream because I'm a very stubborn individual. So I may go soon. I'm also getting kind of hungry. I do want to go for a little bit longer though. I just would really like to see somebody on our list. Like, please and thank you, Animal Crossing. Literally any of them on the list at this point. Sprocket, please stop making flooring wallpaper. Give me better DIYs. Sprocket, be a bestie and make better DIYs, please and thank you. I just didn't mention the fact that I've had a headache the whole time until now, because I knew if I said that at the beginning of the stream, my mods would have collectively just bonked me and told me not to stream. So I deliberately didn't say anything because I didn't want them to tell me that. And it's one of those stubborn headaches too, where even if you take medication, it just feels like it's not, like medication isn't doing anything. Like it just doesn't help. My resident service is upgraded. I can move his house. I accidentally placed his tent in the middle of the entrance. I don't know if you played New Leaf, did you? Well, if you didn't, basically, whenever you got new villagers that moved in, you had zero control over where their houses went. So let's say you made a path. Let's say, for instance, it was a path from your house to the plaza, okay? The villagers, at any point when they moved in, could easily just move right on top of that path, and there was nothing you could do about it. I mean, it was your choice to stream. It's just if I were you, I wouldn't have streamed. Bessie, you should have said something. See, I knew that that's what y'all would say, so I didn't say anything. I'm just stubborn. I didn't get to stream that many times last week, so I'm compensating right now. No, I'll probably go soon. Chops invited himself, but placed his house 4 squares ahead of my house. I had to see his ugly house every time I played. I am so sorry. I know it can't fix it for you, but I hope the hug command works as compensation. I was typing go rest and auto-corrected to forest. I was wondering why you randomly just went forest in the chat. Meg's very random, but like I know that you obviously work with cats, you have cats, like you just know a lot about cats, and I wanted to know what you do in this situation that I was going to describe. So I saw this person's TikTok, and she said that she was in her house just doing laundry, and she heard some kind of like animal cry of some sort. It was muffled because she was in the house and the animal was outside. She heard like a muffled cry and wanted to figure out what it was, so she went outside and looked in this pipe that was kind of sticking out of the ground in her yard. She looked inside the pipe, and there was a kitten covered in mud that had crusted to its fur and was laying inside the pipe, and it couldn't get out. It was stuck in there, presumably probably for a couple of days. And I was wondering if that was you and you just saw a kitten stuck in that pipe covered in dirt, what would you do? Meg wants to play to the forest, never to be with our society again. Sometimes I feel like that too. And by the way, just if anybody was worried, yes, she did get the kitten out and she did rescue it and take care of it. So kitten is fine now. Hello, Marcel. Welcome to the live stream. I'll call some friends to help me get it out. She didn't specify how she got out. She just got the kitten out and gave it a bath because it had like the dirt crusted to its fur. And then I think like had like fleas or something. I don't remember if she kept it or not, but she did at least take care of it and get it put somewhere where it could have help. Which I feel like what you should do, even if you can't keep the animal, understandably so, there's a lot of reasons why you maybe couldn't. But I feel like you should at least like try to put it somewhere where it can get help, you know? Like don't just leave it there. At least I feel like I could never have it in me to leave an animal there if they needed help. Like I would at least like do something to get them assistance, you know? I think, by the way, I'm gonna go ahead and make this next island my last island. There's technically speaking, I think like roughly 20 minutes left of the stream, but I am hungry and I feel like, you know how have you ever like had a headache and then whenever you eat, just simply eating something makes you feel better? I might just need to go eat something, so I think I'm gonna make this my last island. Every day after school, I see this little 3-year-old at our school playground because his brother goes to my school and he's the cutest thing ever. Grab my fingers, my hand is big. I have very small hands. And it's just ironic because I'm a very tall individual and my hands and feet are really small. All right, so we did not find Raddle or anybody on our list for that matter, but you know, sometimes it'd be like that. I do want to raid somebody though. I don't currently have the patience for trying to do a redirect. Sometimes they take too long to set up because I get how to do them, but sometimes it's time consuming setting it up. You're lucky I'm 4'7". I'm 5'8", but Ben is also taller than me, so. I'm looking for somebody to raid if you guys want to sit tight really quickly while I find someone to raid in the community. And as I always say, I do not have the chat pulled up, so if you send me a message right now, I promise I'm not ignoring you. I just can't see it because it's not pulled up for me. Is anybody streaming? Go back. I don't think this person is live anymore, but I'm going to their channel to see if they are. Nope, okay. Okay, I think I found someone. Yeah, okay. As long as they're not about to end, we can raid them. Okay, they only started like 10 minutes ago. We're good. Let me get the link. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and raid Teresa of Erised. Teresa does both Animal Crossing and Disney Dreamlight Valley if you happen to be interested in that game as well. I'm just waiting for the chat box to pop back up so I can paste the link. Give me a second. All right, so here's the link to her stream if you guys would like to go over and spread some love. Even if you can't stay, that's understandable. But if you could maybe pop in, you know, and say the raid message and like the stream, that would be appreciated. I'm just gonna paste that a few times because I don't feel like doing the redirect. And there's the raid command. With all of that being said, thank you so much for coming to my stream. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't done either of those already, you should. It's free, and I would really appreciate that. I will see you guys for tomorrow's live stream. Bye, everyone!